Hello everybody, I'm Robert Breaker, and this is my new channel, my MacGregor 2001 26X. And I am now in the club, happy owner of MacGregor 26. And this is my new channel, so I only get 15 minutes, so I'm only going to do a quick kind of introduction to this channel. And I'm going to talk about my boat and show you a little bit about the boat later. So this is kind of an introduction to tell you who I am and where I come from. My name's Robert, and I was born in Florida, around Pensacola, and I was born on the water. Everybody says we have salt water in our blood. And so being born down here in Pensacola area, I've been in the salt water most of my life as a kid. My mom says I was a fish to water. And I loved sailing, and I always enjoyed sailing. And I can remember as a kid the many times that my dad would take us out in a 14-foot vagabond, if you know what a vagabond sailboat is, and we would sail that. I just have fond happy memories as a kid sailing in a vagabond sailboat with my dad, until that one time that it tipped, and we tipped and we almost flipped it. And then ever since then, as a kid, I remember my place on the boat was in the front at the mast with my arms hugging the mast, and I always enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. But I would never get away from the mast. That was my security blanket, that mask, and I would be hugging that mask like this, you know, the whole time. 5, 6, 7 years old. And we'd usually go across this bay over here, Scambia Bay, and to go from one side to the other side would take usually about 2 hours. 2 hours to get one side and 2 hours back if the wind was not that great. And so as I grew up, I loved sailing, and then eventually my mom gave me this, and I've got it all ready up here for storage. This is my sunfish sailboat. I've got a little sunfish sailboat here, and I would take this out 3-4 times a year and just enjoyed sailing with my little sunfish. So ever since I was little, I would sail, and I loved sailing, and sailing with Dad. My dad and Mom used to have I believe it was a 25-foot Champion. And I remember seeing pictures of those as a kid, and actual videos where Dad would film it. And so I've always loved the water, and I've always loved sailboats. And it seems like people would always give me boats. My mom gave me that little boat, and then someone gave me this boat. And this boat we're putting up for sale to get rid of. I think it's sold. A guy came out and looked today. And this is a boat that someone gave me from up north. And it's an inboard motor. It's a Glastron. And I've learned that I'm not really that big into inboards, and I'm not that big into motorboats. It seems like there's always something on them that needs to be fixed. So this boat's got to go, and this was the boat that several years ago a friend gave me, and I appreciate it. We enjoyed it. My sister actually works on boats, and we really had a great time with her going out. As a matter of fact, that's one of the best memories I have with my sister, is going out on this boat with her. But now this one's got to go, and now it's time to get into the MacGregor 26 Club. So this is my MacGregor 26 sailboat, and let me tell you how I got it. I went down to South Florida to see some family, and this thing was for sale. And I looked at the price on, I think it was Craigslist or someplace, and I said, is that right? Because it didn't look like the right price. These things usually go for a lot more. And sure enough, that was the price. And so I had my brother-in-law go look at it, and then we went out and looked at it, and I just said, well, I don't see how I could pass it up. That's affordable. I've been saving up ever since I was young, putting aside a little here, a little there to buy a boat. And then, wow, I just couldn't believe that this was this price. Now I'm looking at it, I kind of see why. A lot of the gel coat is starting to come off, so I do need to do a little bit of work on it. But I got an excellent deal on this thing. And so say hello to the Wayfarer. That's the name that I went with. It was the Wayfarer. I thought about going with the name Wayfarer, but kind of a play on words, 2 words, the Way, W-A-Y, Farer, F-A-I-R-E-R. But I said, no, I'll just stick with the traditional spelling of the word, the Wayfarer, W-A-Y-F-A-R-E-R. And it came with a nice motor here, Suzuki 50, and very excited about my boat. But there's a lot of little projects now that I need to do, and so that's going to be part of this channel. I've been looking up for many years MacGregor 26s, and just fell in love with them ever since I learned about them. And from my understanding, there was like, I guess I should call them 3 generations. There was 3 generations of MacGregor 26s. That's the way I look at it. The first generation of the MacGregor 26 that came out, I went and looked at one time at a marina a couple years ago, and I felt like you had to be a hobbit. You literally had to be a hobbit, because when you got into the cabin, you had to bend over so much, and it just felt, oh, it felt horrible. And I thought to myself, I guess I'll never buy a MacGregor 26, because the first generation was not that great. Then the second generation came out, and I forget the dates, but the second generation was up until about 2002, 2003. Well, this is a 2001, and it has the one window here. So the one line of windows, that black stripe. And by the way, these windows are very bad. I've ordered new windows to put in, and I'm gonna have to fix those. That's gonna be a project that hopefully we can do together on YouTube. But then, I believe it was 2003 or 4 became the last generation, and it has the 2 stripes windows, and it has a lot of room, But this one has just enough for me. I'm not the tallest fella, so I have enough room to get in here and walk around and things like that. So I like the second generation MacGregor. The third generation, they moved the bathroom, and I think that kind of messed it all up. So this is the one that I like, and this is the one I was able to get. And now I'm going to be taking, on my birthday this year, a class to sail with the American Sailing Association, a 3-day class. And I'm looking forward to that, because I've sailed a lot of my life, but small boats, little 14-foot vagabond, little 14-foot sunfish, nothing like this with a you know, a jib in the front. So this is a little bit new to me. So this is a little bit new to me, and so I've got a lot to learn, and I want to do a hands-on course, and then hopefully as we do projects on this and fix it up, then we can actually take it out, and I'll do some filming of us out. And there's just so much to do here and so little time. And so this is my MacGregor 26X, and I just wanted to give you a kind of a brief introduction. Next time we might actually go into it and look around. Of course, there are like little things like this that need to be fixed. Lots of little things, but that's part of having a boat. Spending your weekends out working on it. First thing I want to do is get up to the hatch, and I'm going to put a handle in the hatch. So that's something that I can do as well. And a lot of people like a MacGregor 26. It's like a club. I can't remember how many thousands were made. But if you own one of these, well, you kind of have a little bit of a camaraderie with other people that have one as well. So today I introduced to you the Wayfarer. That's going to be the name of it. Surprised that it had no name already. And I'm looking forward to getting out there and using this. One of these, they market them as the best of both worlds, because it's a sailboat and it's a motorboat. And people that only like motorboats, like that one over there, say, well, this one's not fast enough because it's more of a sailboat. And people that like sailboats say, oh, that's not good because it's not sleek enough for sailing. It's made more flat for motoring. Well, for me, I like it, that I can use it for both. Some days I might just take this out on the river without the mast and use it as a motorboat, and some days I might take it out and sail, and I can't wait to go sailing. Have a lot of ideas that I'd like to do, and one thing I've always wanted to do is sail across the Gulf of Mexico. So someday I'm going to eventually try to learn how to do that and work my way up to sailing from here down to Key West and back. But I'm going to take little trips from here to Mobile, Alabama, little things like that, and learn about sailing. So welcome to this channel, and little by little I'll be adding to it. I have another channel on YouTube. I am a preacher, and I preach every week in English and in Spanish, and my website is thecloudchurch.org, so you can go to that website and find out more about me and see some good preaching and teaching of the Word of God from the Bible. But that's the boat, and that's what this channel is about. So I hope this is a blessing to you. Next time we'll actually tour it and look into it and see what you think, because I'm anxious to look at the comments. There might be a lot of people that, well, can tell me things that I don't know, and give some suggestions and some other things. One of the first things I need to do is change the line on the what's it called, the dagger board or the center board. And so that will be one of the projects that I'd like to film. I only found one where one guy is actually doing it. He doesn't really show very well what all he's doing. So I'm hoping to be able to get under there. The dagger board underneath has a line, and you actually can use it. I actually have it up all the way, but I'll have to take out the dagger board and put a new line in, as the old one is a little frayed. So there's all these projects that I hope we can do together, and I am anxious to learn more, and I'm anxious to hear from other people as well who do have a MacGregor 26X, and that's what this is, MacGregor 26X. All right, welcome to the new channel, and I hope this has been a blessing. God bless. Bye-bye.